we are able to cooperate with all with Republicans and with Democrats, but I have to admire the position of President Biden's administration vis-à-vis Ukraine and this crisis which Russia created, invading Ukraine. I admire the position of the administration, but also the position of the American nation. If not the support of the United States, probably there would have not, the Ukraine would not be sovereign and independent anymore. So that's very important that we have such an American administration which does appreciate and does understand the intricacies of the policy of this region.
And are you confident that that support will stay? Not just in the US, you've expressed worry about some of the main EU states about whether the support and the understanding of what's at stake in Ukraine will last. How worried should we be?
In the US, yes, I believe that whoever is going to be the next president of the United States, there will be some continuation of the current policy. In Western Europe, I do believe that the shock which happened to some elites in Western Europe will be understood appropriately, and that there will be focus on transatlantic unity, on more spending in defense, on reinventing their operational model, because I said that this one, which was valid for the last couple of decades, is in limbo. So yes, I'm cautiously optimistic that after the initial shock, there will be, this recognizing of the current challenges around us and adopting their policy to those.
It sounds to me like you're saying that maybe some Western European countries haven't quite fully realized how much they actually have to change their models. Is that a fair interpretation?
But they're going in the right direction, so I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Poland, of course, has earned a lot of credibility with its role throughout the period after the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Western Europeans have had to admit that you were right, you and other Central European and Baltic states, in warning about Russia's intentions. Now, you know that your critics will say that the last issue on Ukrainian grain and the import blocks has undermined some of that credibility. So I'd like to ask you first, what's your answer to them? But second, longer term, when you're going to be a friend of Ukraine in its attempt to join the European Union, of course, when they join, I say when, not if, because I hope it's when, not if, they will have full access into the agricultural market. So how do you square that domestic political difficulty with supporting accession?
Well, actually, the tariff-free or almost tariff-free access for lots of Ukrainian goods was introduced in 2014, 2016. It is not the recent phenomenon. The recent phenomenon was that we have prepared solidarity lanes, and those solidarity lanes were supposed to be a kind of route to export Ukrainian grains, crops, wheat, and so on, agriculture products, to Northern Africa and to the Middle East. And something different happened. Most of those grain landed on the Polish market, destabilizing prices on our different agriculture products or sub-markets. And we had to address it somehow, because it was not the initial intention. And wheat and crops were supposed to be exported, and they were not exported. Only 12% of the incoming grains was exported. This is how we reacted in such a way as we reacted, and we immediately entered into discussion with Kiev and with Brussels, and we have worked out together a compromise. A compromise is, a definition of a compromise, I suppose, is something which is not good for any party or any side, and nobody's happy with this, but at least we found the middle route, and we are now trying to calm down the agriculture market in Poland. We are trying to empty, to make farmers sell their grain and export their grain, so that their granaries, their grain stores, storage is prepared for the next harvest. That's our jigsaw, and we try to find out the most appropriate solution.